She's not his hostage. She's his co-director. Those were the chilling words from Troy Renner, moment before he slipped into unconsciousness. The woman in question? Dr. Evelyn Sharp, once a respected trauma therapist, now suspected of being the mastermind behind a nationwide livestream killing spree. And if she was co-writing the script with Marcus Raines, that meant the next chapter was already underway. August 29th, 2023, 5:44 a.m., FBI Secure Hospital Wing, Houston. Detective Ivy Cortez stared at the note again. Her hand still shook. The same 5 words repeated in her head like a gunshot on loop. There's still 4 more episodes. Each episode meant one thing: a murder on livestream. She sat upright in her hospital bed and hit the panic button. Within seconds, 2 armed guards rushed in. Ivy didn't blink. Get Hendricks. Now, Evelyn's not hiding. She's directing. 8:12 a.m. FBI War Room. Detective Claire Hendricks reviewed all recovered files from Marcus's manifesto folder. She had missed something, or rather, someone had buried it. A deleted video file labeled patient0.mov. Forensic techs restored it. The video was dated June 11th, 2021, weeks after Marcus's court-ordered therapy began with Dr. Sharp. He sat across from her in a therapy room, disheveled, but alert. Marcus, you think I'm broken. Evelyn, I think you've been silenced, and I think we're going to change that. She smiled, not professionally, but like a partner in crime. That session lasted 91 minutes, and by the end, Marcus said this: "If I burn the world down, will you watch with me?" Evelyn's reply: "No, I'll bring the matches." August 30, 12:44 p.m., new live stream notification. Another live stream was queued, set for 9 p.m. that night. Title: EP for Corruption. The thumbnail: a blurred image of a man wearing judge's robes. But no name, no location, no warning. Just a countdown clock and one message: the justice system failed us. Time to sentence it back. 4:15 p.m., Houston Legal District panic. Every judge in Texas was suddenly a potential target. Local law enforcement flooded courtrooms, security tripled, and bomb sweeps were ordered. Detective Hendricks scanned archived court documents involving Marcus Raines. Only 2 judges had ruled on his prior cases. One had retired. The other? Judge Anthony Rowell, 58, still active, presided over Marcus's 2021 domestic assault charge, denied bail, sentenced him to mandatory psychiatric counseling with Dr. Evelyn Sharp. That connection changed everything, because Evelyn hadn't just entered Marcus's life by chance. She had been sent there by the court. 5:03 p.m., Judge Rowell reported missing. His wife called police when he didn't show up for lunch and wasn't answering texts. Surveillance showed him entering a parking garage at 10:31 a.m. His car was still there, but he wasn't. Inside the car, they found a printed copy of the Raines manifesto and a sticky note on the dash. Sentencing begins at 9. Watch closely. 8:59 p.m., 450,000 viewers are watching. The stream went live. A cement basement. A single hanging bulb. Judge Rowell sat in a wooden chair, hands zip-tied, duct tape over his mouth. Then Marcus stepped into frame, wearing a mock judge's robe, holding a wooden gavel. Tonight's theme: corruption. The people who think they own justice, who decide who lives, who dies, who gets help. Let's hear from the Honorable Judge Rowell, shall we? He ripped the tape off violently. The judge gasped. Please, I was just doing my job. Marcus, exactly. That's the problem. Then Evelyn appeared on screen, calm, holding a briefcase. She opened it. Inside, files. Dozens of them. Court cases Marcus had flagged over the years. Ones involving mental health patients sentenced to prison instead of treatment. She read out names. 27 lives ruined. Tonight, we sentenced the man who made that possible. She handed Marcus a small black device, a detonator. 9:02 p.m., a ticking clock appears on screen. 60 seconds. The audience panics. Someone stop this. This is real? We're the feds. But just as Marcus reaches the trigger, the judge blurts something out. IT wasn't me. Evelyn told me to recommend you. Marcus freezes. What did you say? She told me you'd respond better to therapy than prison. That's why I sentenced you to her. She said she could help. Evelyn's eyes widen. For the first time, she looks afraid. Marcus, he's lying. But Marcus starts to unravel. He throws the detonator. Screams. You said it was his fault. The screen glitches violently. And then, darkness. 9:11 p.m., FBI tracks a feed. The signal had bounced through a VPN, but the brief drop exposed one node. An address. Phoenix, Arizona. By midnight, SWAT teams raided an industrial warehouse. Inside, the judge was found, alive. Shaken, but unharmed. No sign of Marcus. But Evelyn had left a calling card. Spray painted on the wall. The script changes now. Day 16, August 31st. Evelyn goes off book. For 2 years, Marcus had been the face of the Livestream killings. The narrator, the planner, the one in control. But now Evelyn was leading. She manipulated Judge Rowell's sentence, planted herself as Marcus's therapist. And now, she had taken over production. Detective Hendricks gathered Ivy, Troy, still recovering, and the profiler Andrew Lynn. They reviewed Evelyn's license history, and that's when they discovered it. Evelyn Sharp had authored a self-published book in 2020, titled The Mirror Method, Rewriting Trauma Through Narrative Therapy, a book banned by multiple psychiatric boards for promoting trauma reenactment as a method of healing. Evelyn believed that if you relive your pain and control the outcome, you could be rewritten. Marcus wasn't just her patient. He was her first draft. Day 17, September 1st, another victim identified. An anonymous email sent to the FBI contained a name. Deputy U.S. Marshal Byron Tate, 42. He had once arrested Evelyn's brother in 2017 during a high-profile meth bust. According to sealed records, Evelyn had accused Tate of using excessive force. The subject line of the email, EP5, surveillance, 3 days. Another episode was coming. Psych profile update, profiler Lynn. Evelyn is now using Marcus's episodes as a revenge catalog. She's rewriting her own trauma under the guise of his manifesto. But make no mistake, she's writing her own script now. September 2nd, Ivy speaks publicly. In a rare move, Detective Ivy Cortez filmed a video for public release. Marcus thinks he's a visionary. Evelyn thinks she's rewriting pain. They're wrong. They're just killers, and we will find them. The video went viral, but Evelyn responded with a live stream hours later. This one not on the dark web, but YouTube. Wearing a black turtleneck and sitting in a minimalist chair, she addressed the world. Detective Ivy, I see you. You want to be the hero of this story? Then meet me. One-on-one. No guns. No backup. You want answers? Come earn them. A location flashed on screen. Salvation Hills Mental Hospital. Abandoned. September 3 to 10 p.m., Ivy enters the trap. Despite objections, Ivy went alone, wired with backup stage nearby. Inside the decaying asylum, she found Evelyn, waiting, alone. You came. Evelyn smiled. You kidnapped people. You killed Tamara. You nearly murdered me. You think this is redemption? Evelyn laughed. No, I think this is therapy. Ivy reached for a wire, but Evelyn held up a photo. Want to know where Marcus is? It was a grainy shot. Marcus, shirtless, in a hospital bed, breathing tube in, monitors flashing. He OD'd 2 days ago. Tried to finish his arc early. You're lying. Am I? Or did your performance finally get to him? Then Evelyn whispered, there's no redemption, only rewrites. And your next scene starts now. Suddenly, gas filled the room. Ivy dropped to her knees, and Evelyn disappeared into the dark. September 4 to 11:13 p.m. FBI black site, Houston suburb. Ivy regained consciousness inside a sealed isolation unit. Not a hospital, not a regular facility. A black site, and standing beside her, FBI Agent Paul Beckner, the Bureau's Internal Affairs handler. Welcome back, Detective Cortez. You were compromised. We need answers. Starting with, how long have you been in contact with Evelyn Sharp? Ivy blinked. What the hell are you talking about? Beckner slid a folder onto the table. Inside were 2 unsealed letters, typed and signed. One from Evelyn to Ivy. One from Ivy, never sent, but found in her desk drawer. Evelyn, when they finally turn on you, you'll understand me. The system doesn't need heroes. It needs silence. Ivy draft. If what you say is true, then maybe you're right. Justice isn't real. It's scripted, and I'm tired of acting. Ivy stood up, furious. That letter was a trap. I wrote it to bait her. But Beckner didn't blink. Or maybe you just wanted in. Meanwhile, 2:22 a.m. Phoenix, Arizona. Evelyn Sharp stood in front of a chalkboard covered in red string and surveillance photos. Behind her, Marcus Raines, alive, weak, but awake, a hospital band around his wrist, for still taped in place. His eyes were bloodshot, his mouth dry. Why did you pull me out? He rasped. Because you're not done, Evelyn whispered. You haven't told him the real story. She clicked on a monitor. A feed appeared. Ivy Cortez, unconscious earlier, now being interrogated. Marcus. They turned on her? Evelyn. Of course they did. That was always the plan. She looked at Marcus like a mother soothing a sick child. Now it's her turn to burn. September 5 to 11:41 a.m. FBI HQ. Hendricks reopens a cold file. Claire Hendricks requested a full sweep of Ivy's past cases, specifically the Garcia standoff in 2020. The one where Ivy negotiated with a hostage-taker for 12 hours, only for the suspect to die by a sniper's bullet moments before surrender. The case had been buried. Now Evelyn had unearthed it. On a USB mailed to the press, Evelyn narrated a new video. Justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers behind locked doors. And when it kills people like Garcia, mentally ill, suicidal, forgotten, it calls it a win. But Ivy Cortez called it a career boost. The public flipped. Hashtag cancel Ivy. Trended by afternoon. Conspiracy accounts accused Ivy of planting evidence. Others blamed her for Marcus's escape, claiming she helped Evelyn intentionally. At the same time, 1:33 p.m., Ivy's phone is hacked. A video is uploaded to her personal Instagram. It's a recording from her own body cam during the Garcia negotiation. An unreleased clip, one that had never made it to evidence logs. In it, Ivy is heard whispering, "If he dies, this is over. If he lives, I babysit another broken man for months." Then the gunshot. Then static. Internal Affairs suspends Ivy Cortez. Even though she denies ever leaking the footage, she's stripped of her badge pending review. Until further notice, you're a civilian. She walks out of HQ. Cameras flash. Microphones swarm. One question breaks through. Detective Cortez, did you help Marcus Raines? She turns. No, but I understand why he picked up a camera. Elsewhere, 3:40 p.m., Evelyn prepares episode 6. A large warehouse. Crates lined in red tape. Stage lights. And in the middle, a gurney. Empty. Evelyn walks around it slowly, narrating into a lapel mic. Ivy wants justice. The world wants villains. But I want closure. And closure comes from truth. Behind her, on a massive projector wall, Ivy's face appears. Tomorrow night, episode 6, Judgment. You'll learn what Ivy did, what Marcus became, and why justice is nothing more than good lighting. September 6 to 8:55 p.m., 2.1 million viewers waiting. This was no longer a live stream. It was a movement. Episode 6 goes live. A dark stage. Evelyn enters, dressed like a game show host. Behind her, for podiums, she smiles. Welcome to the People's Trial. Our defendant, Ivy Cortez. Our evidence, her past. Our jury, you. A pre-recorded voice narrates Ivy's past controversies. Edited, sliced, distorted. Each case presented as if she chose injustice over compassion. Her voice spliced a sound callous. Cold. Then a new clip. Ivy, months earlier, meeting privately with Marcus in a parking garage. The timestamp is blurry, the audio muffled, but it looks like Ivy was secretly helping him. Evelyn, your hero has secrets, and tonight we show you the worst one. Suddenly, the screen glitches, and another feed takes over. Not Evelyn's. Marcus, hooked to monitors, sitting in a room alone, a camcorder in his lap. Weak but focused. She lied to you, he croaks. Evelyn, she doesn't want justice. She wants revenge dressed as art. He lifts his shirt, revealing scars, burns, sutures, fresh and raw. She did this to me after I OD'd. Said it would bring me back. Said pain is the best kind of resurrection. The stream cuts. Evelyn screams off camera. She wasn't expecting that. It meant Marcus had broken script, and the world just saw it live. September 6th to 10:30 p.m., Ivy releases her own video. It's raw, unedited. She's in a motel room. You want a trial? Here it is. I made mistakes. I was praised for wins that were really cover-ups. But I didn't kill anyone. I didn't make Marcus. Evelyn did. She drops one final bombshell, and I know where she's hiding. Episode 7 won't be hers. It'll be mine. Final sequence. 11:48 p.m. live stream announcement. A new stream goes live. Not on the dark web, not YouTube, but Netflix. A hacked splash screen. One message appears in blood-red text. Clapperboard final episode. Salvation. Movie camera live stream begins in 24 hours. Ivy versus Evelyn. Round pushpin location. Unknown. Calendar September 7th. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then a close-up of a hand. Marcus's hand. Holding a camera.